So let's talk about manufacturing. And when I say manufacturing, I usually will ask a question. What is Nigeria's industrialization policy? Seems like Nigeria does not have any industrialization policy. And a manufacturing has to come into this industrialization policy. And I will use China, for instance, or India. First of all, we need to have a clear-cut idea of where we are going. So the policy explains how we can achieve this goal. So we need one industrial policy. For instance, we can say these 20 products, we Nigerians are going to be known by these 20 products. First of all, we'll dominate all the African countries, and then we'll also be able to compete globally. I do not believe in Ibrahim Gambari's model of the concentric policy that focuses on Nigeria, West Africa, Africa, and before the world. No, I am thinking we should just go out there, but then we need to identify what our industrialization policy is. And when we define our industrialization policy, we would start copy and paste model responsibly. For example, if there are products being manufactured in China, in India, in the US, in Canada, wherever, we can take those products, copy and paste them. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. That is number one. Number two, we would then have clusters, manufacturing clusters, where we are able to have direct relationship. You know, you say, okay, from college to the manufacturing, from college to the factory, from college to the factory, having an integration between the manufacturing centers and colleges, whereby you are going to ask universities or colleges to get you students that are good in so and so industry. That is the best way to have this. But Nigeria needs to come up to say, hey, we are going to focus on 20 products. And these 20 products, that is what we are going to focus on. And that will help the Nigerian government to say, hey, we're going to support people in this area, not just money. Sometimes it is not just all about money. It is all about setting the systems, the structures, the supply chain, the lines that will make people succeed. And that means providing the logistics, providing the security, providing the training, providing the support, bringing in the external knowledge, the brains that we can use to develop our structure. But first, we need to have our industrialization policies. So in the next 20, 30 years, these are the products we are going to be known for. It could be iron ore, it could be shoes production, it could be telephone, it could be batteries, it could be anything. So we need to have an industrialization policy. So you may ask me, what do I recommend? I would recommend that we go into battery production. Battery production should be just one of them. Battery production is one of those things we should focus on. Number two, we should go into what people wear. Number three is food. These are things we need to look at. And then industrialization policy, now you will understand that we need to also have an integrated policy whereby our transportation is going to be taken care of. Energy, of course, the current government is doing a lot in terms of energy. I must always give it back to them. But we can always be better. So first of all, we need to have an industrialization policy and make sure everyone gathers to achieve it. And how do people gather to achieve this? By the time the federal government develops the industrialization policy, the states will take it. From the state, it goes to the local government. From the local government, it goes to the councillors. That is how it will go from the top to the bottom. And everybody will understand. Say, for instance, you live in Akanu, and then we say, hey, people in Akanu are going to be producing so and so products. Everybody, let's go into that. That is really how industrialization policy works. So people, not everybody in Nigeria cannot produce the same thing. No, we will just allocate all these things towards different regions. Let the regions that have the capacity the most to produce certain products be the one to produce those products, while the people from the other side will also produce other products. Thereby, if we now bring everything together, our industrialization becomes very easy and fast.